Hi guys! So today I got, well, actually this was a few days ago that I got this suggestion. It was to make a video on how to think more positive and to basically stay alive and cope whenever you're going through a hard time. I got this suggestion from my friend Carolyn in London, and she's like one of my best online friends. I have a few other best online friends as well. That's how most of my friendships are. They're online. um anyway, to the video. To think more positively, you need to write down the negative thoughts that come to your mind and then either write counters against them yourself or have someone else write counters against them. Someone that you trust and you won't be like, oh, they're just saying that to please me. Oh, they're lying. You should find someone that you trust and have them write down what they think or feel or see about that thought that you wrote down. Like, whenever I get jealous and angry whenever I see a really thin girl, I think to myself, it's not fair. Why does she get to be skinny and I don't? This is really not fair. And I get so angry, and it makes me want to start crying because that's something that I really liked whenever I was thin, but I remind myself that that person probably isn't very happy or healthy. They're probably going through something, and it's not good for them, and you can only hope that they get better. To think more positive, you have to remind yourself of the things that you've been through and remember that you got through it. It may have been like the hardest time of your life this time last year, and you didn't think you would survive, but you did because you're here watching this video. And I'm very glad you're here watching this video. You made it through that day somehow, and you're going to make it through this other hard time. There will be many, many hard times. I heard a quote that said, life doesn't get easier, you just learn to cope with it better, which is accurate. And coping skills can be good or bad. Like, self-harm is a bad one, but some good coping skills are like journaling or just writing down the situation, talking with someone, distracting yourself with YouTube videos, just anything to get you out of your head. If you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed, you should probably distract yourself with something, but if the distraction isn't working, I would recommend doing a self-care thing, like maybe go do something with your hair, because if you don't know, I really like my hair. Like, it's my favorite part of my body. I really like my hair. And I usually um I usually part it whenever I'm in a goodish mood. Whenever I'm just in a crappy life is useless mood, my hair's just it's just there. I don't care about it. Um Before I started working at Panera, and before they were like, you have to change your hair to a natural hair color, I used to dye my hair a lot. Well, not like a lot, but probably once every month. And I would do touch-ups, and I didn't bleach my hair on a regular basis. I just let my roots grow out since they're strawberry blonde, and then I would put color over them, and they looked okay, except for whenever I put blue over them, and then it looked more green, and I was not happy about that. You can paint your nails. That's a good thing to do. And whenever you have negative emotions or negative thoughts, or even see yourself negatively, you should take a step back. If you've done any of the before activities, like I mentioned, like journaling or writing down what you think versus what logical or someone else thinks, you should look at that again, and you should reread it, and it will help you remember that, hey, you shouldn't always listen to your brain, especially whenever you're not in a positive, good mood. Let's see. It helps me to go driving around. Like, that's why I like my job so much, because I'm a delivery girl, and I've always liked driving, and it calms me down. So whenever I'm at work and it gets really stressful, I just remember, hey, I actually like my job. That's pretty cool. I get to drive around and get paid for it. And whenever life in general is stressful, I just focus on working. Whew. I apologize. I've been working 40 hours a week almost for the past few weeks, and I'm very, very tired. You can go hang out with a friend, or you can paint your nails, or do makeup if that's what you want to do. You could make a collage or make art, do something to get the emotion out. Whenever life is hard and I have to go to work and I'm in a bad mood, I just focus on working. And that usually helps a little bit. And just moving around helps me quite a bit. And going outside, not on rainy days, but on sunny days, helps me. Sometimes just taking a crayon to a piece of paper and scribbling words all over that page whenever I'm angry helps. Whenever I get depressed or anxious about something and I feel like I have to die right now, I will look back at my things that I've written down before and I'll be like, wait, I've been here before, kind of. What makes this situation any worse than the other situations? I can change this, probably. I remind myself what I do have control of. And I have control of what I wear, how my hair looks, what time I wake up, what food I eat most of the time, how much water I drink. I have control over all those tiny things and over some bigger things like driving, or if I'm going to get gas today or tomorrow, or if I'm going to stop at a restaurant or go home and find something to eat, or if I should make a doctor's appointment in the morning or afternoon. I have control over those decisions, and that makes me feel better about my life, because before I would not eat or harm myself in some way, which I haven't done in like 2.5 weeks now. But I would do those because I would get so anxious that I felt like I could not handle it and I needed something to have control over. So I would control food and my pain, making the emotional become physical. And I know those were not good things, and I know they aren't good things, but I needed them at the time, and like, I didn't ever really plan to talk about the harm, but yeah, it's a coping skill, and it's not the best. There are healthy ones. That one's not healthy. Whether it's harming yourself or harming others, it's harm. Harm is not good. My body wants to cry. I'm sorry. Yeah. You don't have to tell every single person in the world that you're upset and why you are upset. You can just be like, hey, journal, I'm writing at you because I really need someone to talk to, and I don't think anyone else will understand. And even if they do understand, they will still get upset, because if I'm upset, then they get upset because they like me so much, and then they want me to feel better, but I can't feel better at that time, and it's just an endless cycle of, oh my gosh, everything's going wrong. And you gotta like take care of yourself sometimes, which is really hard to do, but you won't feel as much like a burden if you can be independent on things that are problematic. I'm not sure what else to say other than I hope you don't harm yourself or anyone else in any way. And I want you guys to live a happy life. And I want everyone to just remember that they are loved by someone. It may not be your personal family, like it may be your friend's family, but you are loved. Okay. I love you guys. Bye.